Hello survivors, welcome back to another video. How are you today, guys? Let me know in the comments. You were not expecting me to look this sharp, weren't you? You were not. I can guarantee you that you were not expecting me to look this sharp and this professional. Well, guys, of course, when I'm talking about the game, for example, me doing the race plays, me like battling over other players doing the reservoir rate, I'm not gonna do this setup. But maybe I can use this setup for like reacting to reservoir videos and to talk about the topics that don't involve me like being on the game playing. So I want to talk today about like whether you should spend on the game or not. And I think like me talking, for example, just showing you how I do my Intel task, it is not gonna be like super entertaining. This one maybe is not gonna be super entertaining either, but at least you can see my face and you can see my beautiful face and my facial expressions. I'm just kidding, guys. But well, look at, first of all, I'm not a spender. And I'm gonna give you some tips on whether or not you should spend on the game. Because I see some streams in this game, you know, people who says like, wow, you know, I just spend my money, I don't care. Which is true, you know, it's your money at the end of the day. And I see people on the other stream, for example, free-to-play players saying like, wow, any money that you spend here is a waste of money. I don't think that's true. So I'm gonna give you like my point of view, and then you can do with this whatever you want. Now, the big question is, am I a spender? No, I'm a free-to-play player, I don't spend on this game. Don't I have the money to spend on the game? I do have the money to spend on the game. Not like these crazy spenders, but I do have money to spend on the game. Why I don't spend on the game? Well, I'm gonna tell you the first reason. Why? Before you want to spend on the game, you should consider this. And the reason why I don't spend on the game is because I know my history. I know my tendencies. So I am a person that have some addictive personality. I have gambled before and I have problems with gambling. I have played video games before and I had problems like controlling how much time and effort I was putting into the video games. I have smoked before and I smoked for a long time and it took me a lot to stop smoking. I drank alcohol for a long time and it took me a long, like for example, long time to stop drinking alcohol. And when I see, you know, myself back, I start analyzing, I have an addictive like tendency, you know, an addictive personality. And if you are like this type of person and you know that you don't have the money like to throw to the air to spend on this game, you might think, you know, before spending money on the game. Because the reason why I didn't spend money on the game is because I know that once you get into this addictive like behavior with the game, it gets super difficult to stop. And I tell you this for like first-hand experience because I did it with gamble. I started like gambling, like just like 10 euros, 20 euros, like 100 euros. And then after 6 months, I was gambling like 1,000 euros for the team who has the fair corner when I was watching soccer or football like matches, whatever you want to call it. Then when I opened my eyes, I was gambling like 3,000 euros on the person who was gonna get the first like 3 points in the basketball in teams that I didn't even know. I was so addictive, and because I have this addictive personality, of course, I don't want to just like throw the dice with state of survival and saying, well, I might spend just on some bundles, because once you get addicted to like the power, the game going up, you are gonna make some interesting choices that maybe are not gonna benefit you and your family, especially if you have a family as well. Because if you are not this person who is like a rich and who has a lot of money, let's be honest, it's a lot of money that you are spending on this game. So before spending, you might want to reconsider, you know, am I that person? Am I the person who has an addictive tendency? Am I a person who can't really control, you know, and have this under control? If the answer is no, you might as well like try to avoid spending on the game. Play for fun, play for fun, and then if you're having fun, great. But don't play first with your money, because once you get in with your money, it gets difficult to stop. So that's my first advice, you know. You have to look into the past, you have to know yourself, and then once you evaluate yourself, you decide whether you should spend or not. For me, the answer is cut clear. I shouldn't be spending on this game. Now, it means that everybody's like this? No, not everybody's like this. Now, there are some contexts as well. The other reason is, or the other context is, you have to know what you are getting into. Because even if you have the money to spend on the game, even if you are not like a person with like addictive tendencies, you have to know that these max stats or this I just gonna spend, get to the top and stay on the top. And yeah, I just have to spend like quite a lot of money to get on the top, and then just a little bit to keep on the top, and just just have fun and be super strong in the game. It doesn't quite work out like that in a state of survival. So if you are coming with that mentality, for example, like wow, I just have to run to get to that point, and then once I'm there, I'm just chilling there. No, here in a state of survival, it costs you about the same amount of money to maintain that, to get to the highest level, because the highest level is like something fugazi, it's superficial, it's something that you get there momentarily and then it increases and you have to keep spending money. So if you are under delusion that you have just to pay a little bit and get to the top, get red gear, red budget, and then new heroes, and then whoa, I'm good, I'm just gonna spend 10% of what I spent before to keep on the top, it doesn't work out like that. You will have to spend way more than 10%, because then new heroes are coming, the resonance heroes are coming, the new events are coming, then they increase the troop attack that you have to accumulate to be stronger, and then the troop defense as well, and then they might increase, I don't know, then release T12, then release like more gear, then okay, more heroes, and you have to keep spending. So if you are under the pressure that you are just, okay, I'm just gonna get to the top and then chill there, it doesn't work out like that in a state of survival. So before, if you are not a person with an addictive tendency, and you know you have to continue, you know how to control yourself, know what you are getting into, because if you don't know that, you are gonna be disappointed. You are gonna be like one of these fast spenders that they spent a lot of money on the game thinking that they just needed to get to golden gear when it was golden gear, and got the current generation of heroes, and yeah, we just have to keep spending money on like new heroes. But no, then it got Plasma 8, then it got T11, then it was like a new research after the T11s, then new heroes, then resonance heroes, then red budgets. So all these things started to come out, and those players were disappointed. And guess what? They regret it. Most of the players, 95% of those players, look back and regret what they did with their money. Because we are talking about people who has the money, but they are not rich, they are not multi-billionaires. Now, if you are this person, you might want to reconsider. So these are the scenarios when I tell you to think about what you are getting into, because if you get into that and you do it, when you stop playing, you are gonna realize that it was a waste of money, like most of the people say. Now, when is it not a waste of money to spend on a state of survival? Well, I consider two scenarios, You are this prince in Dubai. You are number one, on your plate, on your car plate in Dubai, you are number one. Well, the number two, because number one is the prince. If you are from Dubai, you know what I'm talking about. Well, you are the number two, number three. You have millions to spend on your bank account. You are multi-millionaire. Look at, instead of buying 3 lions a year, you can buy 2 lions, and the money that you could have spent in the 1 lion, you spend that on a state of survival, and it is not gonna affect your bank account. And while you are having fun, your life is like this stressful life, and you have all this money, you don't know how to spend this money. Man, is it really a waste of money to spend like money on a state of survival, $500,000, $100,000? No, it is not a waste of money. You got the money. Your life sometimes here is stressful. Sometimes you don't have free time. If you are super famous or you have all these responsibilities, you go out, you cannot enjoy. But you are enjoying when you are playing there, and you are laughing while boarding other players. Man, yeah, that's good. That's not a waste of money. You are not wasting your money, because you could have wasted that money on other things that it is not that they are not going to bring you the same pleasure. So it is not really a waste of money for you. I don't consider that a waste of money. So if you are in this situation, yeah, this is not a waste of money. Now, there is another scenario. Maybe you are not this rich person. Maybe you are not multimillionaire, but you have enough money to spend on the game. you are retired. You are an old person. Not old person like in a bad way, but let's be honest, you don't go out. You are with your family at home. You don't have, for example, I'm gonna keep it real. My father-in-law, he's retired. He doesn't do that much. He's just in the house doing the garden, and then for the rest of the day, just watching TV. You know, you are that person. You are getting a good check, or you have multiple businesses, but you are not this successful person or this millionaire person. This game, you know, instead of just you being there watching the TV or like, what am I gonna do with my life? You decide to spend a fraction of that money you are getting a month to have fun, and you can do it. And that's what most of the people, I guess, do in a state of survival. Because if you see a state of survival, there are a lot of people in the older age spending money, and most of the people, of course, they have accumulated a lot of money to spend, but most of them, they are like not the greatest, like, funny or fun life. And you need, you know, to have some fun, and video games are the perfect place for that sometimes. So if you don't have like this multi-billionaire company and you want to spend money because you are having fun, you can also do that on a state of survival. So yeah, do I consider the person who is old, who is bored, and maybe doesn't have the great amount of money, but the amount of money that they're spending is not like making a negative impact in their overall life? Do I consider that person wasting money? No, you are just living your life and you are just enjoying your life. Now, do I consider that you know, with like all these responsibilities, and you know, you are maybe young and you have multiple plans, and you have to buy a new house, you were with all these responsibilities spending money on the game, and then when they ask you, wow, have you bought the house that you have to buy? No, but you know, I have to have this amount of money, but I spend on the game, and then after 1 year you stop playing. Are you wasting your money? Absolutely, absolutely. Are you the person who doesn't have this amount of money and you have an addictive personality and you are spending way more than you know you shouldn't be spending, but you cannot stop? Is it a waste of money and you got maybe into the wrong place with state of survival? Absolutely. So yeah, if you ask me the question, should I spend here on this game or not? These are the answers, and I hope you like this video, guys. Subscribe, let me know what you think about this new format for these specific videos. If you want me to talk about one topic, let me know, and yeah, see you next time.